Hello Tech with Ganesh listeners. Today we shall know about how computer scientists from Information Sciences Institute of University of Southern California have incorporated improv dialogues into chatbots to produce grounded and engaging interactions. Science Daily, in its latest post, has reported that Jonathan May, research lead at USC and research assistant professor of computer science at USC's Viterbi School of Engineering, and Justin Cho, an ISI programmer analyst, presented a research paper grounding conversations with improvised dialogues on July 6, 2020 at the Association of Computational Linguistics conference held on July 5th to July 10th. The research paper speaks about the selected pairs of learnable improvisation. The Spoilin research collection is made up of over 68,000 English dialogue pairs or conversational dialogues of a prompt and subsequent response. These pairs of model yes and dialogues a foundational principle in improvisation that encourages more grounded and related conversations. After gathering the data, Cho and May built SpoilinBot, an improv agent programmed with the first yes and research collection, large enough to train a chatbot. Their research incorporates improv dialogues into chatbots to produce more engaging interactions. May was looking for a new research idea in his work. His love for language analysis had led him to work on natural language processing projects, and he began searching for interesting forms of data he could work with, says the Science Daily Post. Yesend is a pillar of improvisation that prompts a participant to accept reality that another participant says, and then build on that reality by providing additional information. This technique is a key of establishing a common ground in interaction. May says, Yesend is an improv community's way of saying grounding. Yesends are important because they help participants build reality together. Typically, in movie scripts, they may be 10% of the dialogue lines can be considered as yesends, whereas in improv, at least 25% of the lines are yesends. This is because, unlike movies which have settings and characters that are already established for audiences, improvisers act without a scene, prop, or any objective reality, the researcher says. Since improv scenes are built from almost no established reality, a dialogue taking place in improv actively tries to reach mutual assumptions and understandings, says Cho. This makes the dialogue in improv more interesting than most ordinary dialogues, which usually take place with many assumptions already in place. But finding a source to extract improv dialogues from was a challenge. Initially, May and Cho examined typical dialogue sets such as movie scripts and subtitle collections, but those sources didn't contain enough yesends to mine. Moreover, it can be difficult to find recorded, let alone transcribed improv. Before visiting the University of Southern California as an exchange student in fall 2018, Cho reached out to me, inquiring about NLP research project that he could participate in. Once Cho came to USC, he learnt about the improv project that May had in mind. Cho investigated multiple approaches to gathering improv data. He finally came across Spontaneation, an improv podcast hosted by prolific actor and comedian Paul F. Tompkins that ran from 2015 to 2019. With its open topic episodes about good 30 minutes of continuous improvisation, high quality recordings and substantial size, Spontaneation was a perfect source to yesends for the project. The duo fed their Spontaneation data into a program and SpoilinBot was thus born. One of the coolest part of the project is that we figured out a way to just use improv. May explained. Spontaneization was a great resource for us, but fairly small dataset go. We only got about 10,000 yesends from it. But we used those yesends to build a classifier program that can look at new lines of dialogues and determine whether they are yesends. It is built by fine-tuning a DialoGPT model with Spolin, a corpus of yes-and dialogue pairs. Working with improv models first helped the researchers find yes-ands from other resources, as well as the most of the Spolin data comes from movie scripts and subtitles. Ultimately, the Spolin corpus contains more than 5 times as many yes-ands from non-improv sources than from improv. But we only were able to get those yes-ands by starting with improv, May said. The yes-and principle is a rule of thumb of improvisational theatre that suggests that a participant should accept the reality of what the other participant has said and expand or refine that reality with additional information. It does not require the response to be explicitly contain the phrase yes and. Now let's see some examples. Are you asking for my badge? Are you asking for my gun? Yes, Craig, you are without doubt the most awful spy I have ever worked with. The fight is gruesome. The woman is twisting that guy's neck like a doll. She is turning her opponents into groundling sausage. Why was she allowed to bring the sausage grinder on the stage? Explicit top and implicit bottom. Example of yes-ands in the Spolin corpus. The second line reply reflects acceptance of the context established in the prompt, which is yes. And further sentence initiates a new relevant contribution to the dialogue, that is and. The duo has a lot of plans for Spolin bot, along extending its conversation abilities beyond yes-ands. We want to explore other factors that make improv interesting, such as character building, scene building. If this is true, what else is also true? And the callback referring to object events mentioned in previous dialogue turns, Cho said. May says today's bots, Spolin blot included, aren't great at keeping the thread of the conversation going. There should be a sense that both participants aren't just establishing a reality but also experiencing that reality together. We should ultimately be able to reap the benefits of teamwork and cooperation that humans have long benefited from by working together. And the virtual partner has added benefits of being much better and faster at math than me, and not actually needing to eat, May added. Listeners could log in to https://spolin.isi.edu for more details. That's all for today. Do subscribe to my channel and follow my podcast.